Hello and welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
And my name is Will.
And today we will be talking about Power Rangers Dino Fury and Dawn Brothers. We are also, so we will be talking about, what episodes are they? It's episodes 9 and 5, right? 9 and 5? Mm-hmm. Yes. So episode 9 of Dino Fury and episode 5 of Dawn Brothers. But before we get started, right? Of course, as I always have to tell y'all, because you know, like, it is what it is. Like, I have to give this to y'all so y'all can be fired up, so that y'all can go out and tell other people, right? Right. So, of course, like, please obviously follow us on our Instagram, Tribunal of the Grid, obviously. But also at the same time, we have all of our links on linktr.ee/Tribunal of the Grid. You can follow us personally. You can follow us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Please subscribe. Do all the things, please. We really appreciate it because we want you to listen to our show. Like, we really want you to. Thank you. We have one comment from our last episode from Byron Weaver. And it was just actually, I think he's referring to the conversation that we were having before we actually got started into the review. But he says, in my opinion, this is just me personally, I think it would be better if Power Rangers went to HBO Max instead of Netflix. Yes, he was talking about a Netflix thing. So yes, we talked about Netflix that last week and how Netflix's little situation might affect Power Rangers, you know. So that's what he's talking about, right? Says, why a much bigger budget? If you've seen HBO Max originals like Titans and Stargirl, then you would see what I'm talking about if you haven't seen them already. I mean, HBO Max is much cheaper than Netflix, and that's why I would love to see Power Rangers be on HBO Max moving forward. Is it cheaper? I think he's talking about in terms of just cost to pay for.
I actually don't know. I haven't paid for either in a while.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I think he's talking about cost. If he's talking about cost, then yes, he is correct. Like, it is like, I believe it is cheaper to pay for HBO Max and Netflix. Which is, yeah, because Netflix is wild. Like, it's foolishness. It's in terms of cost. Like, child no. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I watched Stargirl because it's on the CW. I did not know it was on HBO Max, but yeah. I have watched it on the CW. Have you seen Titans at all?
Yes.
A little bit.
Okay. Like, I've only seen like the last season, like the third season.
I think I've only seen season 1.
Yeah, I've seen up to like the recent season, not the one that just got launched, because I don't know, like I don't know where. I'm not sure. Like, okay, I'm at the part where Grayson is basically becoming Nightwing, and he just put himself in jail for no reason. You know, the whole pity party. So I'm not really up for it yet. I'm mentally preparing myself for that. But yeah.
I had no idea of any of that. I'm at the part where he's already Nightwing.
So you got
like, yeah, like, but that's the thing. Like, I never watched any of that, so I have no idea of any of this stuff. Like, all I know, because like I started watching season 3 only because of the fact that one of my friends at the time was he was watching it, and he was like, hey, like, have you been watching Titans? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, okay. So he just starts sitting down and he's like eating and all this stuff, and we're like eating pizza and stuff, and we're watching, and I'm like, well, I can watch it, I don't care, I'm not really paying any attention. And the only reason why I started watching it was because, and this is gonna be real stupid, but remember, I don't know if anybody remembers like the little picture of Anna Diop's new Starfire outfit.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, I only started watching it because of that promotional photo. Because I was like, oh wow, that's her new Starfire outfit. Never mind. Okay, I'll watch it. That is the only reason why I started watching it. I don't know, like it just seemed like it was really trivial, like a really like silly reason to like actually start watching something. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that outfit. I guess I'll watch it. Because like that's literally the reason why. So I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll watch it now. Thanks. Cool. But I asked that because I don't know, like in terms of the way that it's shot and the way that it looks, there were some moments, just speaking on just Titans in general, there were some moments in season 3 where it looked real cheap. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looked kind of cheap. So I don't know. I mean, hey, Power Rangers, of course, it's like heavy CGI focus. So, like, honestly, anything that has a really big budget would make Power Rangers look good. But anything that doesn't, it's a luck of the draw. Because sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. Like, so it just all depends, to be honest. I mean, I thought Disney did a really good job in terms of their special effects, but I guess people still have problems with Disney stuff. Like, so I mean, I guess you would need like a really huge budget, right, to be able to like make Power Rangers look like something.
Yeah,
Maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, do you think it would need like a huge budget, or do you think like Power Rangers throughout the years had moments where it looked good, like it looked like something tolerable?
I always thought that Samurai looked good. The special effects there, but I mean it. So I know that there are some amazing special effects artists that upload their stuff to YouTube that looks great. So they wouldn't necessarily have to spend a lot of money, but the fact that it is a big company in Hasbro, I wonder if they would, try to like go all out for, maybe not all out, but spend some money on better special effects. I don't know. It seems like they do like to cut costs with Power Rangers. So I don't know.
I don't know, because like, and I agree with you. I do think that they probably would do a little something, but honestly, at the end of the day, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I don't know if I'm like, I don't know, because like you said, that you brought up a really good point. Like, there are some stuff on like YouTube and just like in general, like I've seen a lot of fan films that just really knock it out of the park when it comes to special effects.
Yeah.
And they don't have a budget worth a damn. Like, like they sit here, having Papa John's pizza at craft service. You know what I'm saying? Hell, do they even have craft service? Like, I mean, it's just child, like they don't have nothing, they don't have a budget, but they're still like knocking it out, and it looks better than what we get on TV. So I don't know. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, is it the money or is it the talent? That's the question. Is it the money or is it the talent? Because as we were going to talk about when about Dino Fury coming up, segue. As we're going to talk about with Dino Fury, like Dino Fury has had like, and this isn't special effects, but just talent in general. Like, they've knocked out, like, what's his name? Neil or what? That no, it's not him. He is not the one who is doing the music right now. He was doing the music for Samurai and Megaforce. Who is the person who does the music now? I need to find out. Who does the music now? Bert Seelan. Yes, you, sir. You. So he has been doing the music for Dino Fury. And to be truthfully honest, like, I'm not even gonna hold you. He actually has been knocking out the music for this season. Like the music has just been absolutely fire. So it's like you got that versus like what we've had before. Like I'm not sure if it's a talent situation or if it's a money situation. It could be a collective of both, but it's the same budget show, but yet, so many things have just been elevated and are being done differently. So I don't know. But yeah, so maybe it is that maybe it is a money issue. Maybe it's a, placement issue where the show is. Who knows? But as of right now, nobody knows, and nobody knows when the show will be actually back or how far it's gonna go. We don't know. We're just sitting here waiting. We're playing the game of wait and see. Anywho, but speaking of Dino Fury, we will be talking about Dino Fury episode 9. Let me go ahead and pull up this little piece of The Hunt. All right. So today's episode that we'll be talking about is episode 9 of Dino Fury, The Hunt. The synopsis here. Amelia leads the crew on a search for a ghost caught on camera. A new robot program to crush and conquer hunts down the ring. A new robot program to crush and conquer hunts down. Once again, I'm reading off Ranger Wiki. I don't know who is writing this stuff. You are draining me. I am so sorry. Commas, baby, commas. Hunts down the Rangers. Okay. Thoughts. What do you guys think, honey? What does it give?
It was a cool episode. I like that. Once again, I like that we're furthering the season-long arc, it seems, and we're picking up certain story beats from the previous episode, and then stuff that happened in this episode is going to go into the next episode. So I appreciated that. Zato was mad in this episode at just offended at Void Knight helping because he so much doesn't want to trust him. It was interesting because we haven't seen Russell do this type of acting choice before.
Where he's like, your help.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
Yeah,
because like we just haven't seen that from him,
Well, I'm not sure. Like again, it was the direction of like the directors or whatever. But when he's like screaming his lines, he didn't look upset.
It wasn't believable. It wasn't believable. I didn't like it. And I think that he's, from what he's shown us, I think he's a good actor, and especially being able to show what you've got in the confines of Power Rangers. But like this, I don't like it too much.
No, I agree with you, Will. Like it wasn't believable at all, and like it just felt so fake. Like he was trying to be over dramatic. And again, I'm not sure if it's like the way that they told him to do it, because like you said,
I think so.
He is a good actor, so it's just sort of like, ooh, that was not cool. Like, no, I did not like that at all. And most of all, I hate the whole Ollie's really like laying in to Amelia.
He's being really supportive and nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different.
Like,
it's different.
It was so weird. I was like, ew, what?
And it seemed like he was trying to have moments, just them, and then the other Rangers would butt in and say like, "Oh yeah, I want to go too." Like,
right?
no, mind your business.
Like,
So
yeah,
that's something. Yeah, that's something that I didn't love, just because the way that he was playing it, and it has to be obviously direction. The way that he was playing it, it was very flirty and like, I don't just want to help you. I'm trying to see what's up. And then,
Hey.
exactly.
but it's not completely concrete that that's what he's doing, you know. And then to have the other Rangers kind of butt into it and try to tag along, and then him not react to that.
Well,
It's like, what are you doing?
obviously, he's like looking deeply into her eyes. Like you said, they were having
Mhm.
a moment. Like they knew what was up. They knew. They're like, Amelia's like, I see you. And Ollie's like, I know you see me.
I didn't even get that from her. Like, I got it. Like, oh, that's
Oh no,
nice.
I got it from her for sure. I got it from her.
Oh no, she definitely is flirty. Like
Right?
yeah.
I was
No,
like,
she's
Amelia,
definitely
I
flirty.
see you. I see you, girl. I see you. Mm-hmm. You try to be real subtle. I see you. She tried. She really did.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I don't know. Like, it just goes back to what I was saying before with them. I don't care for, I just don't care for this relationship. I just don't. I mean, I really feel like this is stuff that should have happened like back on like towards the end of season 1. Like, this should have happened towards the end of season 1. Because now it's like, it just feels so rushed, like a light switch just popped on. Like, it's just like, oh, now all of a sudden we like each other now. Like, we're going to really lean into this now. Ooh, yeah. And it's like, come on, y'all. No, I just don't believe that for this long, if this is going on, that you guys have had such, like, such a, like, a almost like bullying relationship where Ollie's just bullied you for like a whole season and a half, to now all of a sudden I'm just supposed to believe that now, you guys are just like, yeah, let's go and hunt ghosts together. My idea for a date. Like, I don't believe that. I don't know. I don't know. I do like that he was a lot more supportive. I do like that, and I believe that, but I just don't believe like, I'm gonna just go full force and being nice to you. I don't believe that. But nevertheless, what is there anything else before we go ahead and get into the swing of things?
No.
Anything else anybody want to bring up? So, okay. So, I guess here's my thing, right? So this episode was, the main brunt of this episode. There's a A story and a B story. A story, obviously, you have Jay Borg and Jane, who were, I don't even know how we even got to this point. It's just like, girl, like, why do you just think that all of a sudden everybody wants to be on skates? How did you arrive to this? Girl, I don't know. But
and she was on roller skates, not even roller blades.
Not even roller blades. I'm like, girl, okay, fine, whatever. I'm just gonna let you be great. But no. She's on roller skates. Well, and I'm just like, okay, all right. They're on roller skates. All this mess is happening. Run into this dude who's like, looks like he's abducted by a ghost, which is right up Amelia's alley. That's how we got here, right? With the whole like, ooh, let's go ghost hunting. And then the B plot is Zato not trusting Boy Knight. Here's my thing. I don't know if I hate the blow up. I don't know if I hate it. I don't know if I don't like it. I don't know if I like it. It's one of those things for me that makes me just go, huh. It's just one of those things that just made me go, okay. Like I said, I don't know if I like it or dislike it. It's just like he just really, to me in that scene, what it really felt like to me, I feel like the trajectory of it in terms of like him feeling like, something was like him having that whole issue with him like not believing Void Knight and him like all this stuff. It's like, I'm not really sure you quite understand your position in this, because lest we forget, this is a situation of the pot calling the kettle black. How are you going to sit here and literally sit here and say, oh, people can't change. People are always going to be, the same and all this stuff. But you're not the same Zato that started. Like, lest we forget, you're the one who technically also did the same exact thing. You also released the sporks, even though somebody told you no, that somebody was Ion. Lest we forget, Ion told you not to do it, and you did it anyway because you thought you were doing the right thing. So does Void Knight. He thought he was doing the right thing by trying to save his wife. He didn't hurt anybody, or he didn't intentionally try to hurt anybody. So it's like literally, and I know like he couldn't understand that because obviously he wasn't with Void Knight the whole time, so he wouldn't be able to understand his side of the story. But also, it's just, I guess, like with us knowing this information, the way he blew up just really made it seem like, all right, bro, you're doing the absolute most. Like, you're doing the most. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I did not like the blow up or if I'm like, it's okay. I don't know how I feel about
it. The lack of empathy, like he's telling you his whole life story right now.
Right.
You just can't, like, it literally explains everything that's happened.
Everything.
You're just not trying to listen or understand at all.
Right. And I think that to me was the problem. That to me was the problem. I don't necessarily feel like I dislike his choice, even though I do feel like it was kind of odd for him to like scream it like that. Like it was it was like a little odd, like, all right. But like definitely there was no lack of empathy for this man. And I understand. It's like, all right, bro, you definitely, you put all these people through a whole lot of bullshit and almost destroy the whole planet just to save your girl. I get that. And that is a dumb reason. Wife, listen, that term doesn't hold well. For a lot of people, that term don't hold well. But wife, okay. This is somebody who this man loves. This is his wife. This is his old lady, as us people in the South like to call it. His old lady, his girl, whatever. Like that. That is his wife. That is his lover. He loves this woman, and it's like he would do anything to save her, literally. So it's like, on one hand, it's like, all right. Come on, like you decided to try to like basically endanger millions of people for one person. I hear that, but also, bro, you kind of did the same thing. So I mean, I don't know. Like it's just one of those things for me where I'm just kind of like, I do feel like there was definitely it could have been a moment of clarity for Zato himself to figure it out, but he didn't. And I feel like that's the problem I have with it. I don't know whether you guys feel the same way, but for me, I wish Zato had that moment of clarity. And I don't think that that's ever going to be touched on. But just the simple fact that he and Void Knight are kind of the same. Like, they're kind of the same person in the sense of you both endangered your people. You both endangered people with these sporks. Like, it's your fault. It's kind of your fault that people were in danger.
It is, but I don't think you're right. I don't think he's ever going to touch on it. But the other thing is to ultimately, at the end of the day, he, I guess, like, he just thought what he was doing, like, in this moment in time by not trusting Void Knight was the right thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just using, past experiences as a way of being like, this is what this is, know, so I'm not going to trust you. So, I mean, yeah, like, absolutely. But then, I completely understand that.
But then I think, like, also for him too, in his mind, I think the difference is that he doesn't realize that, like, they're both good people, just wanting different directions in life, So I think for him too, like, he's like, well, I'm a good person, so what I did was like a great That's funny though. It's funny how, like, it's the same thing, but he doesn't realize that what he's doing is literally
the exact same thing. The exact same thing. And that's why I'm like, it's literally the pot calling the kettle black. It's like, dude, like, you literally just sat here and, like, yelled at this man and made this man and belittled this man. And granted, don't get me wrong, like, yes, he it is terrible. What he did was bad. They both had, like, honorable reasons for doing what they did. They both did. But they just had bad results.
But the other thing is too, I think with him, he might just sees it in the sense of when is such a bad person because the fact that he's trying to quote unquote attack humans, but because he doesn't know that, like, he's not trying to do that, right? So I guess, like, not. I don't know. I kind of wish that, like, Void Knight explained it more, but I don't know. I kind of, like, I can kind of see where you're coming from in the sense, like, yeah, it's the same thing, and I agree with you. It's the exact same thing. But sometimes we need to be shown that it's the same thing because no one actually called them out on it. That is the same thing.
Yeah, and that's my point. That's my point. Like, nobody called him out on it. Neither did he. He didn't even make the connection.
Well, like, he's not.
That literally is the same thing.
He's not going to, because, like, that's who we are as human. We're not going to realize that we also made the same mistake until someone actually points it out to us. So I don't blame him for not realizing it's the same thing, but I wish Ion, the reason why I say Ion is because he was the one that was there, had said in a very jokingly of a manner, like, hey, listen, do you remember that time when you did this and now here we are, kind of thing, that would have been a perfect, like, way for him to sort of kind of trust him. But then, you know what would have been good? For him to be like, okay, I see where you're coming from. I guess I give him a shot. But then when he thinks that it's an ambush, oh my God, he was so quick to be like, it was an ambush. I'm like, really, like, you didn't even take a moment to suss out the situation.
Right.
Like, he just popped up and automatically in your mind, it was an ambush.
And that's my thing. It's like he's so, like, so just caught up thinking, like, oh yeah, like, he's out to get us. He's trying to get us, and it's like, dude, and that's why I love Javi in particular in this episode, because I was thinking that it could have been Ion, because you could have interchanged Javi with Ion, and it probably would have had an even stronger effect to me. But
agree.
I love that it was Ion. I love that it was Javi. I would have probably picked Javi as the second choice, because that was perfect to have Javi just be like, yo, dude, high key, like, you really need to chill.
Yeah, I really like that too. I liked the part where, Zato was putting up, just making all these excuses to not trust him. And then it's like, our team, including my sister, he didn't really, it'd been cool if he was like really worried about his sister, if they let him do that. But, our team is stuck inside this monster and we're waiting for you to, the only thing that's keeping us from getting them back is your just inability to accept the fact that this guy is helping us. So you know what? I'm gonna go to him and get his help. Right. And then it was like he kind of knew that he wasn't going to let him go alone. So like he came right after him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like that was one of my favorite parts actually of the whole episode.
Yeah, that was definitely my favorite part as well. Like, I'm like, yes, someone with sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yes. And it's so great that they are giving it to him because he hasn't necessarily had the best character focus, even though I feel like it's gotten a little bit better in comparison to season 1, but he at least has moments that he's able to like show certain traits and have certain moments that kind of stand out. So I appreciate that for him.
Oh yeah. Like he definitely had, like, that was probably, I feel like, one of his best standout moments for sure. In this season thus far, like that was probably one of his best moments because aside from him, standing up to his dad, like that was probably one of the best moments. It was just like, yes, like he needed, like you said, like he need, like you said, Lena, he needed to be shown more so than told because like he just wasn't going to listen. Like he was not going to listen to reason. And, he just was like, finally, like he got it. Once, he actually saw for himself, especially when he actually used his abilities to see what was happening outside of the robot. Like he could actually see, okay, these, like Void Knight is actually helping Javi, not trying to attack him. So I thought that was really cool. Here's my thing, right? So I didn't know, and maybe this is a thing that I guess is something for the show, or maybe they just haven't cleared this with the show. I'm not necessarily sure of, what it's given. I don't know. But honestly, I didn't know he could do that. Because I didn't know that he could read the minds of robots. Or like, do robots even have minds? Like, I'm confused. Like, how was he able to do that?
Yeah, it's definitely situational, like depending on the season and the episode.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm sitting here like, I didn't know that he was able to do that. Now, if somebody can correct me on this, that would be greatly appreciated. But I did not know he could do that. But, he was able to see it, blah, blah, blah. What I would have liked, was for him not to be able to have seen it, but have everybody see it. Kind of a situation. Like, have it be a situation where they could see, like there's like a monitor or like an opening where they could like see for themselves what's going on. So it's like everybody can see it and not just Zato. And that would have, saved us from having to guess what Zato's powers are. Small nitpick, but, that's just something I just feel like, y'all could have done that better. How do y'all feel about his power-up? His Dino Knight power-up? We're finally using the name, finally.
That was really cool. Is that exclusive to America?
No. Nope. That is a whole scene from Ryu Soldier. Go ahead.
Okay. I thought it would have been like way nicer. Like it was nice, but I was expecting like way more. Like I was expecting like an Iron Man suit or something like that.
Mm.
The reason why is because Void Knight had a whole ass suit, right? So like when he took it and he was like, "Oh yeah, with the Power Ranger, it'd be more powerful." So I dead ass was expecting it to be like an Iron Man suit, and then it wasn't.
Well, to the right fan, they would probably say that. To the right person.
You know, so I was just like, that was kind of disappointing, but I guess it was pretty cool. Give me the goddamn Iron Man suit. God damn it.
Listen, somebody probably sat there and was like, this looks like Iron Man. Like, I'm pretty sure somebody did that. I'm almost positive. Someone did that. Someone did it. It's like, this looks like Iron Man. Power Rangers is ripping off Iron Man again. Just like they did the 2017 movie.
Honestly, I do not care if Power Rangers is ripping off Iron Man. Like, I do not care. Like, those people need to I had enough of that nonsense. But I was expecting Iron Man suit this time, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. I was expecting the suit, and it did not happen. All because Void Knight gave me a very unrealistic, like, idea of what it would have looked like. You know, with Void Knight, it was a whole ass suit, right? Like, from top to bottom with the shoes and everything. So then, you know, when he was giving it to what's his face, I was really expecting it to be like a whole power-up suit. With throwing fires and everything, you know? The whole shabam.
Well, I am so sorry that you did not get everything that you wanted and more. I am so sorry you didn't get everything you wanted.
Like, that was the most disappointing thing of the episode. I was just like, really? You made it seem like this thing was going to be phenomenal. I was looking forward to it after the whole, you know, what's his face being all like, oh, you know, he's not great, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I'm so over this shit. And then with the whole Amelia and Ollie, I'm like, I'm over that shit. Then when that suit happened, I was like, oh, this got to be good. It was not.
Listen, I enjoyed his Dragon Ball Z yell as he did his little spinning attack. I enjoyed it. I'm like, he definitely took that from Goku. I'm like, okay, all right, Russell, we hear you. We hear the Japanese voice actor coming out of you on your Japanese side. We hear it. Oh, by the way, happy Asian and Pacific Islander month. Whoop whoop for the month of May. But just had to throw that out there. But like, I was just like, wow, that was interesting. And like, honestly, like, dead ass, I'm not even gonna hold you. I know we talked about what Void Knight was wearing last episode, but this right here was worse. This was 10 times worse. I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm like, what is happening?
He still had, it looked like he still had the same outfit on, but just something over that.
Well, the same shirt. It looked like he had on the same shirt.
I saw the harness too.
No, I mean, like, the he didn't have on the cargo pants.
Oh, well, I was talking about the top part.
Yeah, no, the top part is pretty much the same, but like,
didn't he have something over that?
Yeah, he had on some kind of like big overcoat with the sleeves missing and some look like ribbons, military ribbons on it. And I'm just like, what is this foolishness? Why are y'all doing this to this? Are y'all just purposely trying to like make him look less hot on purpose? Like, I'm confused. Like, y'all are determined y'all are going to uglify this man. And it's not possible. It's not possible. You cannot uglify Boy Zaddy. It is not going to work. That man is just too hot. Like, it's not happening. End of story.
Something that was interesting for this one was to start off the episode, the fact that he was spying on Void Queen and the crew when they made the this week's Sporks feast, and he overheard the whole plan, and then he went and reported it to the Rangers. Once again, just another example of how he's on your side and Zato's tripping.
Right.
Because this is like, what, the third time that he's helped them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he's still like, nope, I don't believe him. Nope. And it's just like, that just doesn't, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense at this point. Like, come on, dude. Come on.
And it was cool this week. He, like, once again, to further show, I guess, his loyalty now, he not only showed his real face to them, to the Rangers, he also gave them his real name, Tarek.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He gave him his real name. Like, he was like, here's my name, my number, my social, everything. Like, this is who I am. Like, I am a real person.
I mean, he can't have a social because he's not legally in the US or wherever he's at.
Well, I mean, he's an illegal alien.
Wow.
Made a joke there.
Oh, wow. Damn. Now I got it.
Did you really just miss that?
Oh,
I just got it. Yeah. Oh,
wow.
That joke.
Oh my God. Wow.
Cannot.
But no, wow. You just totally just ruined my whole flow. Like, damn.
I was cringing. Initially, I was cringing, like, oh, and then he's an alien and he's illegal, like, literally. So, okay.
Oh my God.
I can't.
Oh man.
Oh, sorry, Brennan. We're sorry. That was a good joke. It just didn't go over well.
Thank you. It was a good joke, right? Okay. All right. I'm just making sure it was good because I'm sitting here like, I thought I did good. I thought it was good. But okay. All right. But yeah, like, I don't like, honestly, this episode to me, it was overall, I'm not even gonna hold you. Overall, I thought it was pretty good. It had some moments where I really thought that it could have been done better. But speaking of which, now I don't know how. I guess it's because I binged through the whole thing, so I was able to like actually digest it as it's going. But watching it separately and then talking about it like how we are, I'm starting to see something that I really didn't care for with this episode. And I don't know whether it takes it down for me or not. So at the end of the episode, well, towards the end anyway, Void Queen comes up and she snatches Tarek away like
and the look
a child.
on his face. He was
okay.
The look on his face.
Like, she popped up and snatched his ass by the collar like, boy, bring your ass here. He's like, no, like, you know, like, it was crazy.
Time. He didn't have time to react.
Like, I mean, just like, come here. Just like, like, whoa. Like, oh shit. So everybody's just sitting there looking like, what just happened? I'm not sure of how to react to the end to that. Because when they were at Buzz Blast, they were just asking a whole bunch of questions, but it just felt like they were just asking questions. Did anybody else get that?
They didn't. Yeah, it seemed like they didn't really.
Like they
didn't sell the fact that this guy just got kidnapped in front of you. He may be
Okay,
being
okay.
tortured right now.
Well, because he also has
Like, what's going on?
the thing is, I
Right.
think from their perspective, it's like, oh, that's her husband. She's not gonna hurt her husband.
But they're at odds, and she's crazy.
Well, they don't know
Crazy
how
as
crazy.
I don't know if
she is.
they've seen how crazy she
They
is.
don't know how crazy
No,
she
they
is.
haven't
They have
yet.
not met her.
Good point.
Not
They
yet.
have
Good
not met
point.
her.
Good point. Good
That was
point.
the first time they ever saw her. And you have to remember, all they know so far is based on what Void Daddy has told them.
Right.
Mhm.
Like they don't know to what extent is he actually telling the truth. They don't know to what extent how serious and severe the situation is, right? They just know.
Yeah, no.
He's like, I'm not with her at this moment, but I'm gonna fight for her to come back. But I need your help. You know, like he's just saying all of this very casually. I'm not saying like he's saying like casually over coffee, but he didn't really instill the fear and the urgency in it as he was explaining it to them.
Yeah, because the way they said that shit, they just kind of just was like, so yeah, Void Knight got kidnapped. And that, I guess that's Void Queen, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is. That's Void Queen. I mean, that's kind of how they said it. And I'm just like, okay. Like,
Yeah, you also have to remember, right? Like they don't know if they can even trust Void Daddy right now. They just know he has helped them, but we don't know. They don't know like whether or not, you know, this is not Ninja Storm or Ninja Steel. As I said before, they're not going to be so willingly open arms, accepting everything as they come. They're gonna be skeptical. They're gonna be like, all right, well, like I guess we don't know much right now, but when we get an update, we'll put different level of urgency into it.
but I guess that's my issue though, because it's like I don't know about y'all, and I think that's that's the disconnect that I'm missing, or maybe it's just my frame of thinking. I don't know what it is, but like if I just saw someone who's been helping me all this time, I have a newfound trust in this person, and all of a sudden he's already done told me.
Do they have a newfound trust in him? Because we don't know
Zadel
that.
does.
He
Zadel
does not entirely. He just knows that like he trusts him enough to know that they are at odds, but he doesn't know to what extent, and he's quick to flip the switch.
Well, that's my point. It's like if you're literally saying that, like if Boy Zaddy already was like, okay, this whole crazy over here, she trying to do some crazy ass shit, and I'm just over here like, yo, I want to go home, and she's like, nah, you gonna sit here and take it, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but also keep in mind.
And then she came back, but hang on, but then like he's telling them, and then all of a sudden, like she pop up and she's like, bitch, where you going? He's like, oh no, and disappear. And then like everybody's sitting there looking crazy. Like, I don't know if Boy Daddy would have told me that, I'd have been like, oh yeah, that bitch probably gonna fuck him up. Okay. She gonna get him. You know, so
okay. First off, let's start with like a regular relationship. If you came up to me and you're like, you know, my man is crazy or my woman is crazy, I'm not gonna believe everything you say because there's two sides to every story. It could be your side looking ass crazy, like making them looking ass like they're crazy ass shit, you know, but they're really not. You never know. You don't.
This is true.
Know. You do not know. You know, I watched enough Catfish. I've seen how people play each other.
Oh my God, you did not just do that. You did not just say I watched enough Catfish. I cannot.
So
good point, but no.
For all we know, Boy Daddy could be catfishing the Rangers by being like, my woman is crazy. I need your help. Like, you don't know that. I'm just saying. I'm
just saying he had a good enough track record to be like, yeah, like this woman crazy. She crazy. He did, because like he helped them 3 times in a row and even gave them his powers. Like, I mean, it's like, all right, now at this point, I think dude is worthy enough to be trusted at this point. I think so. Like, I mean, he doesn't have any more power, so it's not like
he stole the powers to begin with.
Right, they were never his, but like he can't turn into Void Knight anymore. So it's like, well,
or can he?
what else
We
can
don't
he
know.
do?
We don't know
Well, he
that.
can't.
We don't know that,
we
Brennan.
do know that.
We do not
That's
know
his
that.
armor.
We do not know that.
We do know that. Like, we do, because like he literally gave him his armor. So it's like he can't turn into Void Knight unless Zato wills the armor back to him. Like, he can't turn back.
Oh, that's how.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's how he transformed.
Because like
Will, what episode were you watching?
It definitely was called. It definitely was called a morpher.
Will, what were you?
Oh
Will,
my God.
Will, what is going on with you today? First, you just first, Brendan's amazing joke was passed, and then you're telling us you did not know he had a whole ass morpher that he
a
gave
whole morpher.
What is happening?
Okay, I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh my God. Yes, baby. It is a morpher.
Oh my God. I'm calling this episode Will is Lost.
Will is lost. Oh my God.
Oh my
wow.
That makes sense now why he was demorphed.
Wow. Okay. Wow, Will.
Wow. But wow, yes. But
so between the conversation that Brett and I have, there is no armor. I'm just being silly.
Yeah, like I mean, he can't morph anymore. So I mean, I'm just like, I do kind of feel like at this point, it's like if this were to happen, I'm like, I would definitely be freaking out a lot more than what they were. Like, it would be on some like, I don't like how that just happened. Like, what's going on? Like, I would be freaking out in my head. Like, yo, what's up? Well, I just felt like they were way too calm.
Well,
they were way too calm.
They were way too calm, but also keep in mind, they're also worrying about some random ghosts.
Which also was weird. I'm like, y'all were really like freaking out over this ghost that turned out to be fake, but y'all were like freaking out.
I mean, it looked like a real. I really thought that there was a real ghost going on.
It did not look that realistic, Will. That was bad. Even Casper, the ghost, looked better than that.
I thought that there was a real ghost, and Amelia was what is that word? Vindicated. But yeah, we found out it wasn't.
It wasn't. And
that was a little
now you got
actually.
And now you got whatchamacallit being like, well, I mean, if there's ever any ghosts, I'll be more than glad to, help them find them for you. Like, boy.
Well, you know what? Something that I loved, and I thought this was a nice little touch, when they found out that it was just a drone with a sheet on it. And then she real quick, like under her breath, said to him, "You wouldn't have happened to been by this alleyway earlier, would you?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's behind my apartment." I love her. She's really funny.
She is funny. I do like her. I like her a lot. She is really funny. Like, and that's honestly, that is the only reason why this episode really hurt the A part of the episode just didn't like flop too hard, because I'm not gonna hold you, I did enjoy her performance. Didn't too much care for like the antics behind it, but I did enjoy her performance. And I just kind of feel like that's pretty much her and J-Borg. Like J-Borg and Jane. Like, I do feel like I enjoy them more so than the antics. Because I'm still bugging over the little Hotline song. Like, that song still lives free in my head. So I'm just saying, the Hotline song will forever be a hit. But like anything else, I'm just like, like, I like y'all. I don't really care for like the stuff they have y'all doing. But Oh, some of the time. Because some of the time it'd be funny, but sometimes it's like, So what is it giving? What do you guys think?
For me, 3.5, only because it was just a confusing episode. I felt like they were just sort of thrown all over the place. They're trying to like throw so many little snippets in there. And it was just like, okay, like, what are we doing though? Like, are we doing this? Are we doing that? You know, the whole ghost thing, like, it was a nice little like beginning, but then it led nowhere. Like, I thought the ghost was gonna give them more of a run for their money, but it didn't. You know, so that was kind of disappointing. And then, like I said, the armor, not Iron Man style. I don't want it. No. And overall, the reaction to Void Knight disappearing was just really. I thought at the very least, be a bit more petrified that is Void Queen, because she looked menacing.
Right. Menacing. That's my thing. It's just like, I always thought that the Madame Noir suit was just like freaking gorgeous. Like titty sitting and all. Like I always thought that suit was fucking gorgeous. But I'm like, she looks crazy. Like, she looks menacing. Like, I'm like, yo, like, I would freak out if I saw something like that just all of a sudden pop up and snatch old dude like a rag doll. Like, I would freak out. So I don't know, like, child. Will, what you think?
This is another 3 for me. It was enjoyable. I like the thread from the beginning to the end of the episode with Void Knight and Void Queen. He spies on her. He gets caught, and you know, she's spending the episode plotting on getting him back, and then she gets him back and kidnaps him at the end. I liked the the whole thing with the Rangers being captured. Eventually all 6 of them got captured, excuse me. And then Void Knight, you know, of course, saves them. I like the whole thing with Javi, not pulling rank, but you know, just like, Zato, you're being ridiculous. We have one option right now, and that's to, you know, trust Void Knight. So I'm going to do it, and I really like that moment for him. And anything else? I guess getting more of Void Knight's backstory was really cool, and it's about time that we got that. But yeah, I for the most part I enjoyed it. It was a decent episode for me. And then the stuff with Jane, I really like her. She's really funny.
Yes. So you said 3?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to give it a 3.5 as well. Mainly because, like, it's just like, I don't know if I really like the first half of the show. Like, not first half, the second half of the show. The first half was like fine, like it was decent. And then we get down to the second half, and I'm just like, I don't really like how that was handled. There was just so much that happened in the second half that I was just like, yeah, no, this just don't it just don't sit well with me. And it sucks because it's like the episode where you get his battleizer, you know. It's like, this is supposed to be like the episode, you know. It's like, this is it, you know. And I'm just like, that's unfortunate. So yeah, I don't really care for that. I didn't really care for the second half. I'm just hoping that, well, not hoping. Let me preface this by saying this. Like, going forward, I do believe that the show is a lot. more interesting. I feel like we'll talk about these episodes, further as we go along. But like this to me was the lowest point so far for me in terms of like what we've been seeing. And of course we'll discuss it further. But for me, definitely this was like the lowest point of the show. Which isn't bad because this episode really wasn't that bad. It wasn't. There were some things that I wish that just could have been done differently. I'll just leave it at that. So yeah. So we are now going to be heading on over to Japan, where we will be talking about Beast Morphers. Jesus Christ. Dawn Brothers.
Wow.
Oh my God. We are not going back in the past. We are going to Japan. Wow, Brennan. So let's go ahead and pull up the little piece of whatchamacallit for Dawn Brothers. Let's see. Dawn Brothers F5. Now I'm going to be reading it off of Ranger Wiki again, so bear with me. Don't judge me. So this is episode 5. Hold Up Dog. The synopsis: Tsubasa Inuzuka, who was being chased by the police for innocent charges, calls out to Haruka Kito, who is currently in front of the closed Polar Bear Express. Tsubasa wanted to take her as a hostage and run away. As for Haruka, she wants to experience burning love for her new manga and decided to take his offer. Thoughts?
First of all, she's crazy. She's dumb. Like, I don't even know what twisted fantasy she's got going on if she wants to write a sex like manga.
She's desperate.
That's not, child. You did not ask to be kidnapped when you're desperate. No,
she did.
Obviously, like
that was what she wants.
You know what I realized too, and you like I might have said this in a previous episode, but it dawned on me even more in this particular episode. She's literally in a room full of grown ass men.
Yeah.
And she's all like, "I want to be kidnapped by this guy." Ha 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 ha. Like, so I can write my new manga. Like, really? Are you serious right now? Like, I just, no. Like, overall, what's interesting? The Black Ranger, I really want to know what he did. Like, I'm very curious at this point. Like, there's way too much of mystery. And that Blue Ranger dude with his, like, what's it called?
Haikus.
Oh, God.
I don't even know. He just need to like not. I don't even know how he gets through life. Like that's all I got to say. And the Pink Ranger, oh my God, he's cute, but he was so annoying this episode. Annoying.
He was very annoying.
Very annoying.
So I think overall the episode's just like, for me.
That's an interesting way of getting them all together this episode, and then the fact that it was really weird. Something that stood out to me was when the Black Ranger was talking about how he he was framed basically, and he had a moment of like a connection with Yellow Haruka on her whole thing with being accused of being a plagiarist. So I'm thinking, like, did somebody strategically blackmail, or not blackmail, but frame the both of them? Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. Red Ranger gets on my nerves. Mamoru Taru. Just with his bossiness and the attacking the Rangers at the end of battle for 2 episodes. Like, what the hell? He kind of explained it a bit here. I think he doesn't think that he thinks that they're all selfish. So he wants to, I guess, whip them into shape, but it's like, I don't like when people throw their weight around. And even if they are better at something than other people are, to still act like you are, I don't like that. He annoys me for that.
Let's backtrack for a second. Because, okay, I've been kind of saying this the whole time with the whole Hardica thing. That's just weird that she was around all these men to begin with. First of all, Tsubasa is like 21 years old, something like that. Like, he's in his early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Homegirl is 16. Like,
she is. I keep forgetting she's that young.
She's high school. She's in high school. She's 16.
You're so funny. Why do you think I've been saying that she's so young this whole time?
Like,
I thought she was just talking about her being around a bunch of dudes.
No, homegirl is 16 years old.
She's young. She's a whole child.
She is a child. And that's what I was talking about in terms of just like Japanese media and Japanese culture, just like always, especially having young girls be around grown men like that. I always thought that was just so weird, because it's like there's nobody who is of even close to her age on this team.
No. And then the fact that she's in this room and she's trying to get this boy to be like, he kidnapped me.
This is a man.
So I can
This is a man.
Well, yeah,
grown man.
Being like, he kidnapped me so that she can write a whole manga. Like, it's interesting. It's weird. Interesting. I don't know how I don't like it. And they're in a room, like, she's literally in a room full of grown ass men.
Yeah.
The fudge. Yeah. And the fact that, like, where the heck is her aunt? Like, why did they not contact her aunt to be like, I found your daughter being held hostage? I'm doing air quotes because obviously she wasn't actually a hostage. There's many questions about this whole decision.
No, it was weird. Like, there was a lot of things that just maybe just side eye a lot of what was happening. But what really kind of got me was literally the fact that you got like, now this is okay. This is the part that really made me mad for like the entire episode. It actually came from Kiji brother, Pink. I was very annoyed with him this episode. Like, nobody else annoyed me more than he did. And he okay. First of all, no tea, no shade, my guy. But you threw yourself in this situation when he was like, when Tsubasa like pulled him back and was like, when Inu brother pulled him back and was like, yo, like, I'm innocent, like, you know, don't rat me out. Like, he's like, well, you're holding us hostage. And it's like, my God, you aren't supposed to be here.
Exactly.
You aren't supposed to be here.
Exactly.
No one is technically supposed to be there. So why are you here?
Right. Exactly. And that's why I'm like, I was just so annoyed with him. I was just everything about the whole situation. Annoyed.
I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, he's not the only, you threw yourself in this situation. The only person you can be mad at is yourself. You threw yourself in this because you came to a place that was closed. Like, what are you doing? Like, no, bro, I'm sorry, but I'm like, no, you don't have a leg to stand on this one. Sorry, you threw yourself in this. Like, come on, dude. But but one thing I did like, I actually like the fact that in this episode, now I understand your point, Will, was like you not liking that Taro was throwing his weight around, but I actually like that because it was a way of making everybody realize how stupid they were being. Like literally, like everybody in there. First of all, I would just like to say, literally, this whole entire team is fucking crazy. Every last one of these folks are nuts.
Yeah.
They are all batshit crazy. Every last one of them. Like, every one of them are crazy. But I love the fact that Taro literally, like, read all of them for film. Like, it was just like, you all suck. You all suck as people. Like, it is, and he's right. They all are full of themselves. He is exactly right. And like, I think that the only person who really actually took it to heart, honestly, was Haruka, from what we saw. Like, Haruka was the only one who really actually took it to heart, because at the very end of the episode, we saw her, like, you know, serving the cop and was like, like understanding his message and was like, oh, I actually do appreciate what Taro said. You know, so it just kind of seemed like she's the only one who's actually taking all of his lessons, so to speak, to heart. And it just kind of seemed like everybody else just kind of was like, because I mean, old dude's still out running around running from the popo. Granted, like, okay, how do we feel about this monster this week? Like, because I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't think he was bad. I did not think he was bad. It was the detective.
Damn cop.
Oh yeah, that was so dumb.
It was a cop that was pulling their weight around and using excessive force.
Yeah,
so it was very appropriate.
It was.
Listen, I thought it was funny because the way he beat that dude's ass for stealing that girl's purse, I'm not even gonna lie, I cackled. Because he beat the dog shit out that dude.
Stomping him too.
Stomping him. I was like, yo, someone get this man. He is beating the dog shit out this guy. Like, oh my God. Like, I was like, wow. Like, he's wilding. He's wilding. So yes, he definitely needed to be put down. So yeah. But this monster is based off of Kato Ranger, which is Lupin versus Pat, Cops versus Robbers. So he was this monster is based off of the Cops. So I was like, oh, this is interesting. I like that. Like, you know, I like that they're separating the two instead of having both like the Lupin Rangers and the Patrol Rangers being all one. They're separating the two teams. So I thought that was pretty cool. In terms of just like the episode itself, though, I don't know. This episode just kind of felt kind of blah to me. Like, what do y'all think? Like,
I agree with you. It was very much
messy.
It was a very messy blah. Like, I was genuinely confused as to where things were going with this and how it's gonna come out of it. Like, it was okay. I didn't really like it as much as I wanted to.
Same.
Yeah,
Same.
it wasn't. I don't think it was like horrible, but it was.
No, not by far. It wasn't horrible. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a horrible episode. I agree. It wasn't bad. It had. I feel like it's like last week's episode with the onigiri. You know, it feels like they're trying to do different things, and I definitely see where they're trying to tell a story, which, you know, thank you. You know, I can definitely see where they're trying to tell a story and trying to give us beats and give us plot and, you know, all this stuff. So I like that. It's just that, like, for me personally, some of the stuff that they're doing just doesn't click. Like it's like they have great ideas, but something happens to where it doesn't quite cross the finish line. Does that make sense? Like, it just doesn't. it just doesn't go, it doesn't get me there. It's almost kind of like, you know, you in a situation and y'all doing the do, and right before you get there, it's like the other party just finishes, and it's like, God damn it, like,
oh wow,
I'm right here, like I'm right here, and it's just like, nope, I'm done. And then now they want you to get off of them because it's like it's just like, what, you know? So that's kind of how it felt for me. It was just kind of like, this episode had a really good idea, but it just didn't. I don't know, because like I would have loved to actually, honestly, I would have loved to have seen somebody at least figure out who another team member was. Whether it was, you know, not green, oh Jesus Christ, yellow, blue, and pink. Maybe they found out who Pink was at this point, or, you know, something, but nobody. Like, it was just like nobody found out anything. So it's just like, oh, well, I guess we're just gonna have to just, you know, just, I guess, chill and just, you know, keep doing what we're doing. I'm thinking of the fight, because that fight just was, oh yeah, they used Ryu Soldier this time around, Dino Fury. What did y'all think of, actually, what did y'all think about the battle? Did y'all catch the fun, the hint in the episode?
The hint of what?
So apparently in this world, they're not like Gokaiger where they could just swap, they could just change into anybody. So basically, the avatars that they have, whatever their color is, they can only use that color avatar. So there is no yellow Ryu Soldier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Oni's sister can't use it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny when she was upset that she couldn't do it, and that was like, if you know, you know.
Right. They're drawing clear rules on how they can access these powers. Like, if the team doesn't have their color, then they can't use those powers. And I like that. That's actually kind of cool. Instead of it being like, you know, Gokaiger, where it was just like, oh, this team doesn't have a Yellow Ranger, bet yellow's gonna be green. Or, you know, this team doesn't have a Green Ranger, okay, black doesn't have a Black Ranger, okay, green's gonna be black, you know, kind of a thing. So it's just like, they're like, no, if you don't have this color, you're not gonna be it, you know. So I actually like that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, and then Momotaro's little finisher with the little symbol flying around and eating the people. And then, of course, we get another Zord battle, which just kind of fast forward through.
That was fun, actually.
Oh, you liked it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, which I don't usually, but these have been pretty fun.
Well, what did you like about it? What did you like? Talk to people.
I think I think it's just because it seems like they tell more of a story. Like it's a more like, I feel like they really storyboarded what they were going to do with the battle and with the effects that they use. Because sometimes it feels like it's just not fun. It's just kind of paint by the numbers, straight to the point. But this one, the way that they use the digital world, I don't know if there's an official name for it, but the way that they use that, and then they use the Taru's oh man, like he'll use his Zord, but then there's like an add-on that he'll use with it. Like the time that he used the train. And it's just so cool. Like, it's really fun. It's really just fun because there's so much happening compared to recent Zord battles that I've watched. And I love that kick with the guns on the leg.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. I still don't care for Zord battles. I mean, don't get me wrong. The CGI does look really good, and I can tell where they're putting all of their eggs, what basket they're putting them in. They're definitely putting them into the Robo Battle for sure, because you can look at Kiji and Inu, and them mugs look crazy. But I don't know if it's like on purpose or not. Because I swear the mugs be looking weird, especially that whole fight scene with Inu brother by himself. That shit was weird looking. To see him just like moving all around and he looks like kind of stiff, and then he looked like, I don't know, it just looked weird. It's funny, but it looks weird.
Because it's funny.
And I think that's why it works. I think that's why it works, because it looks so weird. And it looks so funny. And that's why I think it works. Because honestly, I'm sitting here looking at it like, ugh. Like, it just looks bad. But it's funny. And I think that's what makes it work. So, I don't know. But for me, it's just like this Zord battle, I was like, I could have done without it. Speaking of Zords, I know these haven't been introduced in the actual show yet, but I did post pictures of a picture of the team in their new mecha. What did you guys think? Like, what did you guys think about the new mecha, the new Megazord?
I saw the toy version. Which that looked really cool to see. Such a posable Megazord. I've never I think the only time that I've seen that before was some of the more expensive ones. But it looks like that'll just be the regular like their regular mecha. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it, because that's crazy. Like, we're 5 episodes in and we still haven't had the the full on mecha yet.
Right. And I believe that they're not even going to use like the CGI version of the Megazord. Like, I don't even think they're going to do that. It's going to be a suit character. So yeah, like, I think they're going to do more in-suits battle. Yeah, so I'm excited for that, to be honest with you. Like, I'm actually excited to see how that's worked.
I can't wait to see how they're going to use that with
should be exciting.
With the in that digital virtual world. That'll be
right.
Fun. And then, so, like, yeah. I wonder if the other Zords, if the other Ranger Zords will have like solo moments.
I'm hoping so. I really am. I'm hoping that they decide to actually like let them actually use their Zords in solo wise, or because I'm thinking that just in general, like, I don't know if they're gonna let them actually be robos in human form, like human sized, or if they're just only robos when they get like bigger. But that would be cool if they actually let them be like robos like smaller too. That would be kind of cool to see. I mean, that'd be different. That'd be something that we've never seen before. So that would be kind of cool. But overall, though, hopefully it works. Like, I'm actually very excited to see what this show could be given. Like, like where it could go. I'm just a little concerned right now because we've already had 2 episodes back to back where it just was not happening. Like, it was not given. So I'm just like, I don't know, like, I don't know what to think at this point. I don't know. Let's go ahead and rate them and, see what we think.
3.5 for me.
I was going to say the same, 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5. Well?
I give it a 3.
So the same with Dino Fury and I want to say Beast Morpher so bad. What is wrong with me?
Why?
I don't know. Like it's weird. Like I don't know why Beast Morphers want to pop in my head all of a sudden. That's weird. So yeah, same scores for both. I don't know what you know. I don't know what's happening, y'all. Like this week's episodes just middle of the road. Like they averaging out to be middle of the road episodes. I don't know what's going on. So yes, these episodes this week have been, it's all right. But hey, as long as you guys are enjoying them, you don't have to necessarily listen to us. I mean, shit, you really don't. But I mean, we'd like you to. But, we hope that you agree. Or if you don't agree, let us know in the comment section. Like, we would love to hear your opinions on anything that we talked about today, whether it's, the thing about Power Rangers in general, the episodes today, the episodes that we talked about today, episodes 9 and 5. Just let us know what you think. Definitely comment, share, like, subscribe, do all the things, and just basically tell us what you think, and tell others about it too, so that they can also do the same. And let's grow this thing together, guys. All right? Mm-hmm. All right. So once again, my name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
And my name is Will.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.